Dave Swanson here for Ward 5. We're going to do one more talk today about parking in the downtown. Parking is a huge issue. There are no easy solutions to it. I don't think that we're actually going to get a solution until a pretty big project is put into the downtown. First of all, let's go and look at what we're doing well. The condo market is doing really well. If anybody keeps track of that, I noticed that the for sale signs on the condos that are down there don't stay for sale for very long. So we know that people are willing to purchase those units and live in those units, and they're in demand. So if we can keep going, we've got a solid foundation there. Let's keep going with it. Again, if we get people that are employed, and have money to spend and live in the downtown, that really helps out a lot of local businesses in the summer lull when Laurier and the faculty are gone, because they lose a ton of traffic. I'm not saying that Laurier and the faculty bring in a ton of money, because they don't. But in terms of additional customers, they do that. They do bring in some more customers, and that is always good for business. I notice I'm really in the shade here, so maybe we'll go like this. See, lighting's a difficult thing to solve. Anyway, so parking, and again, parking sucks. Parking sucks in the downtown, but I mean, that's easy to see. But what are the solutions? And there are no easy solutions. No easy solutions. Every other city would have built underground parking as they expanded on where they are. We didn't do that, so, way to go. Nothing to say about it. It sucks, but there's no easy solutions. And until we get some huge new construction, like maybe some new tower, maybe the YMCA thing will help mitigate that problem, but until we can get a whole bunch of new spots built, along with some other, it's just got to be a part of the next big project that goes into the downtown. I don't see pay and display parking, which is, I do think that's the way to go, period. But we can't do it now because it's a hassle to park downtown, and all it's going to do is increase the price of the hassle, which is nonsense. People like going to the mall and parking because you can get out of your car, you can walk into the mall, you're done with the elements, you're not getting rained on in there, and then you can go out and you can take your stuff to your car and go home. And when you're in the parking lot, people are in the parking lot to park. It's not like you've got somebody that's late on Colburn Street or Dalhousie Street or Market Street, and they really want you to get in your thing, and you can see them swearing at you. It's no good. It's not a good thing, and I don't think that there's a case for pay and display, but now's not the time to do it. Again, if we look at some of the other solutions I proposed, they do reduce costs. There's no question in my mind that pay and display parking is going to increase income, but we're not providing any value. We've gotten to the point now that people expect it to be free, and with the lower expense, with the absence of having to pay for parking in other areas of the city, you can't compete with that. You just can't compete with that. So the pay and display idea, well, it's the right way to go. Don't do it now. Not a good case. There's a lot of vacancies in the Eaton Center. Maybe we could get some lower income spaces in there. Maybe get some people living underground. But that, again, has more to do with building code and the limitations set out by the province, unless we get permission from, I don't know who's in charge of that. Maybe Dave Levesque knows. Maybe he can give us who to call to ask to build some inexpensive underground housing, but I don't think that's the case now. So again, a lot of a lot of the problems that we have are, again, government related, but the power structure of government is a really long way away from the locality, or from the municipal government. So, I mean, a lot of the solutions that we need, we can't even do. Just as simple as that, we can't even do unless we get permission from the people that prevent us from doing it. So, that's about it for parking. I mean, there's not a lot to say. We know what the downtown's doing well, and that's about as far as we can go with it. We're pretty limited in terms of employment opportunities in the downtown because, we don't want transport trucks meandering around those streets, and if it's not going to be industry, then it's office jobs, and with the exception of call centers, I mean, there's just not a lot of need, for commercial space downtown, and that's why there's so many vacancies. So I think that we've got to keep building on the education concept. Laurier's done a good job of attracting a lot of students and faculty. There's a lot more money being spent here with Laurier here than without Laurier here, and I don't see any obvious replacement of Laurier out there. I don't think anybody sees an obvious replacement of Laurier out there. So no, our options of employers our options of employers is not very broad. It's pretty specific and limited. Second, I think building a grocery store closer into the downtown would be an improvement, but I don't see how that's going to happen if we look at what's happening in the North End with Farm Boy. That's not an easy situation. I don't see that getting solved. Everybody's already going to ask the Ontario Municipal Board to do whatever the heck that they have the power to do. But is there going to be enough of demand for that in the downtown? Maybe if we get more units in there can be more of a case. But I think now, even though it sucks to walk all the way to Fresh Cove, that's pretty well the only option. Maybe there's a case for a special grocery bus that goes from the downtown into the grocery store and back, but again, I don't see that as being really a good solution. I don't think that there are any good solutions for the kinds of problems we have in our downtown. And, unless the Y project is really going to take into account the parking issue and how to mitigate that, I think we're going to have it for the foreseeable future. Because if people aren't willing to pay to park, and you have to walk outside anyway after you've paid to do retail stuff, downtown sucks. If you have to pay and get rained on and snowed on when you could go out to Linden Mall and not. So, but, I mean, we've got some success stories. We've got Laurier down there, we've got WePro, we've got a couple of other businesses down there. There's a ton down there, don't get me wrong, but those are just the big obvious ones to me. So let's keep going with that. Let's keep tracking education. Let's keep building condos that people want to buy. So, we've got to do it that way. But parking isn't going to be easy to solve. And until we solve that, until a big project comes in, it's not going to get done. I don't see it happening reasonably, so let's keep the parking for free right now and just wait until there's a better opportunity to solve the problem and really do the solution in the right way. I think, again, people are pissed off at the amount of money that's been spent at Laurier, but it's here. We've gotten a facelift. We've got a foundation that can support a couple of local businesses in the downtown. So let's just keep that ball rolling. How we're gonna get there is getting more bodies into the downtown that are permanent bodies that buy and sell in the downtown. And so, let's just keep going with that. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. And as we get, more opportunities downtown, we can take advantage of better solutions. But now, let's just keep doing what we're doing. So that's all I can say about parking. That's it. That's all I can really say about the downtown. I don't think there's anything else to say other than we've got the big Y project coming in. We're going to have to wait and see what happens after that. Hopefully we can get some condos. So, Dave Swanson for Ward 5. Please like and share. Thank you very much.